Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Suki, the host of the Sister Wives Tell All, made it plain that she wasn't there to shield feelings. She was there to find out the truth. And viewers got the truth as the cameras rolled, revealing layer after layer of betrayal, concealed bitterness, and simmering tension that had been threatening to explode for seasons. As if there wasn't enough drama for one day, Gwen Brown, Cody's outspoken daughter, was right there in the audience, grinning from ear to ear like she'd been waiting her whole life for this moment. And when Suki silenced Robyn with a single question that caused her to stammer, Gwen didn't hold back. Her faint smile transformed into a full-fledged, gratified grin as she watched the lady she formerly referred to as stepmother attempt to explain the paradoxes that viewers had picked up on for years. This was not simply television, it was personal. This was real. And this was the episode that forever altered the story of Sister Wives. Suki began by asking basic questions about family dynamics, past relationships, and how everyone was coping after the divorce. Robyn, ever the performer, let go early with her favorite speech about being misunderstood, mistreated, and the target of constant internet bullying. Cody sat alongside her, his customary smugness barely concealing the fact that he was desperate for someone to dispute his narrative, but he wasn't prepared for the kind of exposure that was about to strike him. Because this time, Suki was prepared. The Sister Wives Tell All is no longer just a gentle, edited puff piece. Suki, who had witnessed the family crumble on camera and behind the scenes, was not going to let Robyn use crocodile tears to avoid culpability. When the talk turned to the infamous separation between Robyn and the rest of the Brown family, the real fireworks started. Suki's tone became sharper. "Why is it that every time a wife leaves, the narrative is that you're not at fault?" she questioned, locking eyes with Robyn, who was frozen like a deer in headlights. Cody shifted in his seat, uneasy, his hand clenching on his knee as if to physically contain his displeasure. But Robyn had no response. She blinked, gulped, and attempted to force tears that would not flow. Suki interrupted her mid-sentence. "I never wanted this." This was a risky move for the host. Then why do the other wives all say you isolated Cody from them? The silence was terrible. Viewers could feel the strain through the screen. And then the cameras moved to Gwen, who was sitting calm and shining with happiness. For years, Gwen has been one of the few Brown children willing to openly criticize Cody's preference of Robyn, the family's underlying dysfunction, and the hypocrisy that TLC attempted to conceal for over a decade. And in that moment, Gwen's grin screamed everything. Finally, someone was holding Robyn accountable, not Christine, Janelle, or Mary, on national television, forcing Robyn to face her role in the disintegration of a once unified family. Cody attempted to intervene, unsurprisingly trying to save Robyn with his usual violent outbursts. "You don't understand what it's like to be publicly hated," he yelled at Suki. But Suki did not flinch. "No, but the other wives do," she responded immediately. "And they've said it was because of your choices." Cody opened his mouth to fight back, but nothing came out. Even he could feel the weight of his duplicity smothering the story he'd been pushing for years. The floodgates were now open. The rest of the tell. All of this culminated in a devastating investigation of all of the decisions that led to the Brown family's demise. And with each revelation, Robyn's carefully constructed persona shattered before the eyes of the audience. Fans swarmed social media in real time, praising Suki for asking the questions they had been shouting at their TVs for years. Finally someone stood up to them. A fan wrote on X. "Gwen's smile was everything," added another. But Suki and Gwen weren't the only ones who piled on. In an unexpected twist, production showed previously unknown confessional footage, painting an even worse picture of Robyn's manipulative behavior behind the scenes. In one particularly disturbing tape, Robyn admitted that she didn't get along with the other women, and didn't know why they were always so angry with her. That single statement burst like a bomb online, with followers blasting Robyn for years of playing the innocent victim card, while covertly confessing she knew everything. Meanwhile, Gwen was nearly glowing. The more uncomfortable Cody and Robyn got, the more empowered Gwen appeared to be. When Robyn tried to claim that she did everything she could to keep the family together, Gwen was spotted mouthing, Liar, under her breath. Suki then brought up the biggest betrayal of all. The Coyote Pass land fiasco. Why did you insist on keeping your portion of Coyote Pass while Christine walked away? Suki inquired pointedly. Robyn stuttered. She stammered. She anxiously looked to Cody for assistance, but he was unable to save her this time. Everyone knew the truth. Robyn had been positioned herself and her children to benefit from the other wives' sacrifices for years. And this was the moment when the mask was entirely off. Robyn's attempts to alter her words made it evident that she was not the victim. She was the builder of her own isolation. By the end of the tell-all, Suki had accomplished what no one else had in 15 seasons. She had exposed the full depth of Robyn's deception, forced Cody into a corner he couldn't get out of, and given Gwen the justice she deserved. And when Suki asked Gwen for her thoughts, she didn't hold back. This has been going on my entire life, Gwen remarked calmly. It's not just the ladies who have been injured. It affects the children as well. And it's about time everyone recognized it for what it is. Her words struck like a hammer. Fans were floored. Social media erupted again. This time in favor of Gwen's bravery in defying her father's destructive narrative, which he had tried to perpetuate for years. Christine reacted online quickly after the program aired, congratulating Gwen for speaking truth to power, and Janelle tweeted Gwen's portion with the simple but powerful statement, "Proud of my girl." Even Mary, who has been unusually mute about much of the family drama, posted a cryptic statement on Instagram that said, "The truth always rises to the surface." Coincidence? Probably not. The damage control that occurred was nothing short of frantic. The next day, Cody issued a statement to the press condemning the editors, the producers, and even Suki herself for crafting what he called a biased and unfair attack against his family. But nobody was buying it anymore. After years of avoiding accountability, Cody's playbook was revealed for what it was. A constant loop of blame shifting, fury, and manipulation. And Robyn? She became silent. Complete silence. There were no announcements or social media posts, just an unnerving silence that reinforced what Sister Wives fans had thought all along. When forced to confront the reality, Robyn couldn't spin her way out of it. This was not merely a tell-all episode. It was a reckoning. A public trial by fire in which Cody and Robyn were no longer shielded by meticulous editing, supportive producers, or the illusion of poly-family unity. It marked a watershed moment not only for Sister Wives, but for reality television in general. Fans who had been watching for more than a decade finally received their vindication, justice, and confirmation that criminals do not always win. And in the midst of it all stood Gwen, proud, rebellious, and no longer scared to tell the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it made her father or his beloved wife. The Brown family's legacy may be shattered, but one thing is certain. The silence has been broken. The truth is out. Sister Wives will never be the same again.